everyone, and welcome to this week's Naked Truth. Trisha Hershberger here, and I'm so glad that I was able to make this today because I thought that I wasn't going to be able to make a Naked Truth again this week because it's almost Comic-Con. By the time this video goes up, I will already be en route down to San Diego. I hope to see a lot of you guys there. This is my favorite week of the year, and I'm so excited, and especially this year that I'm working for Comic-Con. I'm going to be working like crazy, but I will be on my first ever Comic-Con panel. So if you are there, please, Thursday at 2 o'clock, stop by the Meet Comic-Con HQ panel. I'll post a link to it in the comments and in the description of this video so you guys know where to find it. But it's Thursday at 2 o'clock. You'll see some familiar faces. Steve Zaragoza, it's also his first panel, and he'll be on that with me. Anthony Carboni's going to be there. I believe Whitney Moore's on the panel. And I don't even know who else is on it, but it's going to be really awesome. And yay, first Comic-Con panel. But that is not what this week's Naked Truth is on. No, this week's Naked Truth is on Pokemon Go and the controversy surrounding it. But before we jump into that, I want to thank our Naked Army vloggers from last week. That's Kavaja, Nicholas, Sky, Jarrett, Joseph, Colin, El Pollo, James, Prescott and Kristen, Lawrence, and Richard. And that's actually, well, from 2 weeks ago on Roommates. So if you want to check out their Naked Truth vlogs, they are linked in the description below as well. So this week, this topic was taken from a Twitter request. At GamerSense on Twitter says, you should do a Naked Truth about Pokemon Go and the negative backlash some people give it versus those with social anxiety. So it's pretty much like Pokemon Go or Pokemon no. And, you know, I talked to a lot of people and I got a lot of different opinions on this. So I feel like this will be a really kind of interesting thing to delve into and see what all of you in the Naked Army community think. So Pokemon Go, for those of you who somehow have missed it, it's taken over the world. I mean, Nintendo stock has skyrocketed and so many people are playing it. It's now like the most used app on both Android and iOS. I think it's like surpassed Netflix and Hulu. It's insane how many people are playing Pokemon Go in just the short amount of time that it's been out now. And people are really loving it. And there's a lot of benefits to it. It encourages you to go outside and walk around. So it's encouraging exercise. Dogs everywhere are loving it because they're getting like a bajillion walks a day. I saw this really funny post of like a dog passed out on the sidewalk that was like, you know, this Pokemon Go thing was fun at first, but whoo, I'm exhausted. Which is hilarious. And I know a lot of people personally who suffer from social anxiety and, you know, just in general don't really want to leave their house that I'm seeing get excited about something and be motivated to go outside and to go for walks and to talk to other people that are on their teams. And that's all really, really awesome stuff. There's actually been some articles to come out specifically regarding the psychological benefits of Pokemon Go, helping people with agoraphobia, depression, social anxiety, all different things. And all of that is wonderful. And just, you know, giving people something to be passionate about and bringing fun to everyday life because it's an augmented reality game. All of that is awesome. And I will admit that at first, I didn't know how I felt about Pokemon Go. I was like, I don't know that I want to get into that. Pokemon's never really been my thing. I kind of missed that boat in my life. And then I was like, you know what? Everybody's doing it. I'm going to try it. Anthony Carboni, my co-host on What's News, loves it and plays it all the time. So I was like, fine, I'll give in. And I started playing it. It's actually really fun. And I'm still pretty early on. I think I'm only level 7 right now. And there are still many Pokemon I have not caught. And I haven't joined a team yet because I don't know which team to join. It's such a dilemma. But I'm having a good time with it. I would say I'm a casual player. I probably jump on the app every other day. But it is encouraging me to get out and take more walks. In fact, Nate and I have started taking walks every day when we both come home from work. And it's like a half hour to an hour of our day that we just kind of take a time out and spend time together and go for a walk around our neighborhood. And that's been really nice. And on my lunch break, me and Anthony and Steve Zaragoza were walking around town after our lunch break, just trying to find Pokemon and laughing. And all of this is awesome. And then you kind of get into the more controversial things about Pokemon Go. And I know people probably think Pokemon Go controversy, it's a mobile game, how much controversy can be around it. But surprisingly, there is, because people are not really watching so much where they're going or not paying attention to rules when they are playing the game. There have been a lot of safety concerns. There have been a lot of privacy concerns raised to the point where You've seen military bases, police officers and precincts issuing warnings to people and creating policy specifically because of this game. And it's kind of crazy that all of that is happening because of this game. But I mean, you have your people who are Pokemon No people. You have your haters. Everything's going to have its haters. Anything that's popular is going to have people that's like, ugh, I hate this. And it's just because it's something they're not into. It's something they don't understand. They feel left out of the group, so they feel the need to attack that group. Like, I don't know if you've seen, there's a lot of posts on social media that are like, get a life, Pokemon nerds. And Julia, I hope you don't mind me calling you out, Julia, but Julia of our Naked Army tweeted out that someone actually pushed her and said, get out of the way, nerd, while she was playing Pokemon Go, just walking down the street. And that is so frustrating. What are we, on the elementary school playground? Don't tell me to get a life. How about you get a life and stop paying attention to mine and grow the hell up? It's funny because I know they're looking at the people playing the game and saying, grow the hell up. But like, if you're resorting to like the same amount of bullying, like get a life, nerd, you're at about like a 6-year-old level of bullying. So maybe you should think about that. So there's those people. But then there are legitimately the people who are worried about safety and privacy concerns. So as far as the public safety goes, when you open up the app, it tells you to be aware of your surroundings. But how many people really pay attention to that? You see people going into places that they're not supposed to be going. Military bases, emergency sections or sectors of hospitals, private property they're not supposed to be on, memorial sites. I know there was some controversy about people going into like Auschwitz and Holocaust museums and stuff like that looking for Pokemon, and a lot of people feeling not okay about that. Graveyards, people don't feel okay about. You see people who have found people on their private property, like people creeping in their lawn looking for Pokemon. And, you know, while some person may say, yeah, you get that Pokestop that's in my backyard, other people might be like, get the hell off my lawn. You're creeping me out that you can see in my back door, you know, whatever. So these are all kind of things to think about. Then there's the people who are just so distracted and so focused on the goal that they're stopping in the middle of traffic crossways or stopping their car in the middle of traffic because they're playing while they're driving. You hear warnings of people walking off cliffs, spraining their ankles. You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff is very distracting. And while, yes, that is definitely user error and players need to pay attention, that's still a risk that's out there. You've seen stories of people like robbers using lures on Pokestops to lure in Pokemon Go players and then rob them because they're there at night by themselves looking for those precious night Pokemon. That's 100% not okay and misuse of the app. And then there's also the privacy concern. So when the app first came out, it at least on iOS, it asked for full access to your Google account, and a lot of people just gave it without reading all of this stuff. And then people kind of freaked out, why do you need full access to my Google account and reading all my Gmail and that kind of stuff? And Niantic came out and said that was a mistake, and they have since released an update that fixed that, so it no longer has access to all that stuff. But then it makes you think about, okay, well, what do they have access to? You know, they have access to your location, your name. The last website you visited is on there, weirdly enough. And they have this for all of us that are playing. And that's kind of creepy that they know where we all are, you know, at all different periods of time. That's terrifying. And your IP address, PS. Like, they have all that. So I don't know, if you're someone who worries about that kind of stuff, that is definitely a concern. I don't know. So my question to you guys is, are you Pokemon Go or Pokemon No? Why or why not? Let us know either your own naked truth or in the comments. And yeah, so for me, I am playing. I need help deciding between Team Mystic and Team Instinct. They're the two that I'm between right now. Team Mystic appeals to me because it's the team that relies on intellect and analytics, and I really love that. I'm a Ravenclaw, but I also feel like everybody I know is Mystic, and I hate joining like just the popular group just to join the popular groups. That makes me want to join Instinct because I feel like they need more members. It's a dilemma. It's a Pokemon dilemma. So guys, share for me your love or your not love of Pokemon Go and what you think we can do to be safer. And just in general, this is a reminder for everyone who is playing, be safe. Don't walk around by yourself at night in an area you don't feel safe in, and make sure that you look both ways before you cross the street, and don't play while you're driving, and stuff that might seem like common sense, but if you're so close to getting that Pikachu, I still haven't found Pikachu. If you're so close to getting that, don't put yourself in safety to do it. So enjoy, be safe, and hopefully I'll see you guys at Comic-Con. Bye!